when we think about building a contract book, business development, finding clients, building out your cancer pipeline, all those things absolutely key. What would you say, having done that now in the US, what would you say are some of the key considerations of, in terms of what it takes to develop not only business but great and healthy business in the US?
Yeah, I think so. So first of all, look at who your target clients are. Who use contractors. Obviously, the most important thing is when they approach your client, they don't use contractors. So find out who it is that uses contractors. I think one of the things that we found, because obviously we do perm and we do contract, is unless you really go into the business saying we recruit contractors, sometimes they just assume that you're a perm agency. So it's really important that when you're going and you're educating your clients, you do both of those and you have good marketing to support both of them. I love events. I think they're the best way, face-to-face contact, especially now COVID is gone, I think in the past. Get in front of your clients. So for me, we do so many roundtable events where we invite our target client list. We obviously bring along a client who is an existing client, so a good sponsor who will speak great things about us in the room. We ply them with alcohol, which always works well. And we give them a value add. Previous, one of the main kind of pillars of our business is diversity and inclusion, and how we can help businesses, evolve and take them on the journey from where they are to where they want to get to. So we do a lot of events around that side of things, but also I think, get a guest speaker, just something that's going to, a lot of clients in the US like value add. So it's not just, okay, you can get me bums on seats, but also what else can you do for me? So making sure that you have a really good contractor care policy. So you're looking after your contractors, you're making sure that they're happy on site, and that's being fed back to the hiring manager. The line manager has worked really well for us in terms of getting more business from the clients in the long term. But yeah, I'm going to different angles. But yeah, for me, the relationship piece, get in front of people, host events, get those roundtables. Even if you're not in the US, do virtual events like this, get 50 people on. We've got a head of talent event on the 26th of May where we're just sending boxes of cheese and wine to people. I think it's $40. We've got a little sommelier friend of mine coming on doing some wine tasting, but it's just the take up from it has been fantastic. We've got heads of talent from all over the US joining that, from different businesses, some large blue chips, some SMEs, and just creating networks and communities where they can speak freely and obviously get some free cheese and wine. It's been brilliant for us.
I'm offended I've not been invited, but what I will say, I'm not a head of talent, so I get. But what I will say is I completely agree with that. I think, events, two things. It helps build the brand presence in the US, which is huge, and you need to do that, locality by locality. But also it creates trust signals and that value add, as you said, with your potential future clients that you want to work with. So I would totally echo that, that events work really well. So anything else from a business development perspective, you think any differences between NYC and Austin?
We tend to find a lot of initial email then followed by a phone call tends to work better in the US. As our kind of initial point, cold calling, as much as it works, I'll never say it doesn't work. It always does work. But I think that we get a better response when we give them again a value add. So one of the things with our contracts, we've got rate cards for contractors, so shows in each specific area the different rates for a Ruby developer, a React developer, and asking clients if they want to see that information so they can compare against their existing rate card. Again, looking at that value add and then trying to book a call in off the back of that has been the most really successful kind of business development from our side. Just going back to the events quickly, we get 45 times ROI off the back of our events. The events don't cost like $2,500 for a dinner event with drinks. And we did 4 or 5 events last year, and that was our ROI off the back of them. So it's just, I know, great.
Insane.